24. Question 24. The limit as x goes to infinity. Now what you guys got to remember is, I'm just going to do a quick bit of revision here. Okay? If I do 4x plus 3 over 3x plus 5. Now, if I was to do a table function of this, okay? And here's my table function. And I said the function is 4x plus 3. Now I didn't do this the other day, but I'm just going to show you what is actually going on. 4x plus 3 all over 3x plus 5. 3, so what's a 3x plus 5, okay? Now, if I do a start of 0, and I do an end of, I don't know, as much zeros as I can, so that's pretty too big. Let's go for 10,000, okay? And my step is going up in 2,000s. Now look what happens here. The first answer is 0.6. Now what you notice as the numbers get bigger, what does the numbers go to? 1.333. Do you see the way it starts getting jammed at 1.33? Now what this means is, as the number gets bigger and bigger and bigger, the number 3 and the number 5 become irrelevant. So for example, at the very beginning, if I said x is 100, it'll be 403 divided by 305. And that'll give you something around 1.3. If I said it's 4,000,003, if I said x is a million, okay, actually losing count of all my zeros here. So it'll be 4,000,003 divided by 3,000,005. And what you can see is, it's very much, these numbers here, the 3 and the 5 are so small in comparison to 4 million and 3 million, they more or less don't matter anymore. So this is what's called a limit as it approaches a really, really big number. So you can see that's eventually going to become 4 over 3. Now to prove this, what we need to do is, in all of these questions, you're going to look at your biggest value of x. Your biggest value of x is x itself at the moment. Divide top and bottom by x. So you're going to get 4x over x plus 3 over x divided by 3x over x plus 5 over x. Please remember, when you divide the top and bottom by the same number, you don't affect the number. 4x divided by x is 4, 3x divided by x is 3. 3 divided by a really big number, guys, as it goes to infinity. 3 divided by a really, really big number? 0. So it's going to be 4 plus 0 divided by 3. 5 divided by a really big number? 0. So the answer is 4 over 3. As x goes to infinity, the answer is, the limit is 4 over 3. Let's try another one, which was, I was asked to do 26, wasn't I? Yeah. Now number 26. In this question here, 26, x squared is the dominant term. So 4x squared minus 3x minus 5x squared minus 2. Now guys, in a test, let's say you forget how to do these. Once again, you can always go back to your calculator. You can put in the numbers, okay? And you can say 4x squared minus 3x. And you can sort of predict what it's going to come out as by just using the calculator function, okay? And that's all over 5x squared minus 2, right? So 5x squared minus 2, okay? Now look what happens. Once again, start at 0, end at 10,000, go up in 2,000s. Now what can you see happen? It's at 0.79, 0.7999. Where do you think it's going to? It's going to get really close to 0.8, isn't it? And 0.8 is 4 over 5. So look what happens here. The dominant term, or the biggest power of x, is x squared. Divide top and bottom by x squared. Okay, and then that's all divided by 5x squared over x squared minus 2 over x squared. Now what happens now, guys? X squares cancel, and that gives me 4 over 5, and it gives me minus 3 over x and minus 2 over x. Now what happens to these numbers as x goes really, really big?
2 over x squared.
Turns into 0. Oh sorry, 2 over x squared, you're right. Same effect. 2 over a really, really big number squared. So they both turn into 0, and the answer is 4 over 5, which is 0.8. And as we can see, as the number gets bigger, it really, really gets closer and closer to 0.8. Okay, so that's it. Alright, we're safe to move on. Next